Okay, I'll go over the answers with you real quick. Number 4, angle N is 61 degrees. Side M is 17.2 and side N is 25.6. For number 5, angle P is 27 degrees. Side P is 6.6 and side R is 12.9. Number 6, angle D is 33 degrees. Side C is 40 and side E is 36.6. For number 7, angle Y is 64. X is 10.4 and Y is 12.6 on the sides. Number 8, angle C is 44 degrees. Side A is 48.9 and side B is 58.1. For number 9, angle F is 73. Side F is 8.5 and side H is 7.7. Any of those you'd like me to go over? Get them all right now? You didn't even look, huh? Good. Number 10, Ryan, 0, 1, or 2 triangles? 0. Good. Number 11, Brett, 0, 1, or 2 triangles? Yeah, 1. Good. Number 12, 0, 1, or 2, Gavin? 2. Incorrect. Just 1. Good guess. It's all right. Any questions on those? Sure. Must be on this side. There we go. All right. So when we draw our picture, doesn't matter where you put A, B, or C, but angle A is 75. Side A, straight across, is 29. Side B is 22. This is that side angle situation where there could be 0, 1, or 2 triangles. Okay? So the only thing I can figure out is angle B. So I'm going to go a sine of 75 degrees over 29. One opposite it equals the sine of angle B over side B, 22. So you're going to get the sine of B. Mine's different, huh? That's different than what this, it should be. All right, so this should have been 85, right? I don't know why that was different. And this should be 18. And so maybe you're right. No, never mind, Gavin. I have the right one there. I just don't know why these are wrong. Sorry, Gavin. I thought maybe I made a mistake there too, but I did. I was trying to redeem you. All right. So for some reason, when I copied it from somewhere, I must have copied the wrong thing. All right. So my angle A is 85. And side A is 18 and side B is 15. All right. So back to the start of it. Sine of 85 over 18 equals the sine of angle B over 15. That's how you set up the law of sines. Angle, opposite, same side. Okay? The side that's across from it goes with, they go with each other. So when I cross multiply and divide, I get, well, I'll just do that for you. Move this over. All right, so I'm going to go 15 sine of 85, close it up. That's that cross multiplication. Divided by 18 to get sine of B alone. Okay? Now I'm looking for the angle, so this is when I have to hit second sine, second answer. Second sine, second answer. And that gives me the angle. So it's a 56.1 degree angle. Okay. Now, here's where I check for the second triangle. So I go 180 minus the 56.1. 180 minus that answer. I hit second answer. What happened? No, I don't need that. Delete that. All right, that's 123.9. Now you add the original, 85. So I go plus 85, and I get 208.9. Second triangle or no? Why? It is no. Why? It's over 180. Right? That 208.9 is greater than 180 means that there's not a second triangle. Okay? If that number was less, if this was less than 180, then there would have been a second triangle. Okay, so we just say one triangle. Determine the number of triangles, then solve the triangles. All right, so I'm going to finish that up. So I'm going to find angle C right now. 85 plus 56.1. And then go 180 minus that. That's 38.9. So there's two of my answers. My last answer would be sine of 85 over 18 equals the sine of 38.9 over side C. So since I got that 38.9 in my calculator, I'm going to go sine of that, second answer, times 18, cross multiplying, divided by sine of 85 to get C by itself. Close it up, and this answer will be the length of side C, 11.3. So these three answers just solve that one triangle for number 11. Law of sines. Questions on any others from the worksheet? Okay. Caleb? Today, we're going to do law of cosines. All right? So, in the previous lesson, you learned how to solve triangles using the law of sines. However, the law of sines cannot be used to solve triangles for which side angle side or side 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 information is given. Instead, you must use law of cosines. So here they are, write them down. Again, angle A is opposite side A. Angle B is opposite side B. And angle C is opposite side C. Remember, these are non-right triangles. Okay, last week's quiz was over the right triangle stuff. SOHCAHTOA, Pythagorean theorem. Okay, for these regular triangles that aren't right, we have to use law of sines and cosines. Now, when we use law of cosines, we only use it one time. And then to finish our triangle, we're going to use the law of sines, just like we did on Friday and on that worksheet we just went over. Okay, notice that if you've got side A squared, you're taking the cosine of angle A over here. These are the B's and the C's in here. If you got looking for side B, then you're taking the cosine of angle B, and you got A and C in here. So they're all the same. They just interchange depending on what information you're given. Okay. So let's look at one. All right, so let's see here. We'll draw a picture of a triangle. Angle C is 32.2 degrees. Side A is 8 and side B is 5. So we got side, angle, side here. We got the side, angle, side. The angles between the two sides. Okay? Law of sines was when we had the two sides but an angle not between them. That was that ambiguous case. That was when there could have been 0, 1, or 2 triangles. We won't have to look for 0, 1, or 2 triangles this time. When we're using law of cosines, there's only one triangle. Okay? Side, angle, side, or side, side, side. So, only thing I can figure out is this side C. So I'm going to use the one that starts out C squared. Okay? C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2 times A times B times the cosine of angle C. And you put all that in your calculator. So we'll go back over here. Remember to make sure you're in degree mode. I am. Yours should still be in degree mode, but if you do some different stuff on it, it might jump out of there for some reason. So just check to make sure. All right, so 8 squared plus 5 squared minus 2, 8, 5, cosine 32.2, close it up, and that's 21.3. That's what C squared equals. So what do I got to do to find C? Square root that. All right, so don't forget that step. You're going to have to square root that 21.3. So I just go, second squared for square root, and then second answer again. So I don't have to type it in. We get 4.6. So there's one answer. Okay. I have to find the other 2 remaining angles now. All right. So far, so good. Any questions? Now, we're going to go back to law of sines. Listen to this, Christy, Varner, Coons. Listen to this. Focus in, Martin. We're going to go to law of sines now. Okay? Pay attention. We're going to find the smaller of the 2 remaining angles, Sky. The smaller of the 2. Sky, which one is it? B or C? I'm sorry, B or A? Very good. You guys all understand why B is smaller? Because side B is the smallest side, right? So that means angle B is the smallest angle. That's the one you have to find. Which one do you have to find? The smaller of the 2. Okay? Don't forget that. So we're going to go sine of 32.2 over what? What's it over? 4.6. Thank you, Mr. Parker. The one opposite it, right? Equals the sine of angle B, because it's the smaller one, over the 5. Because 5 is opposite angle B. So we'll cross multiply. 5 sine 32.2, close it up, cross multiplying, divided by the 4.6. All right, I get a decimal. All right, it's not my angle yet. I have to hit inverse sine. Second sine, second answer. When you're finding an angle, you have to do that. Second sine, second answer. Close it up. 35.4 is angle B. Berkeley, what do I got to do to find angle A now? Thank you. Can you help Rob, Preston?
You do the minus 180.
Right. The three angles add up to 180. So we know two of the angles. So add 32.2 and then subtract from 180 to get the remaining one. All right. Plus 32.2. Those are the two added together. And then go 180 minus that answer. And you get 112.4. Whoa, not 11.2.4. I don't know why I wrote it that way. 112.4. Sorry about that. So there's our three answers. Two angle measures and a side. Okay, that was side angle side. Questions so far? Elena?
When you were cross multiplying, where'd you like get the equation for that? So you put like 5 sine like 32.2 and then divide it by.
Right, I cross multiplied those, right? And then cross multiplied this. So I got to divide by 4.6. So to get sine of b. Anything else? Okay, let me ask you this before we move on. Let's see, I got 10 equals 2 plus 4 minus 2x. Solve for x. What's the first step? Add like terms, 2 plus 4. I would do that. Good idea. Now what? Take the 6 over, right? Now what? Divide by -2, right? We all know how to do that, don't we? Okay. We're going to have to do a problem just like that now, all right? This is side, side, side situation. Okay? 3 sides. When you get this situation, whoa. Which one's the biggest angle? B. So I'm going to use the one that starts out b squared. Okay? B is 9, A is 8, C is 7. Okay? So since side B was the longest, angle B is the biggest, so that's the one I'm going to find. Okay? So I'm going to start out with b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2 times a times c times cosine of angle B. All right? This problem is just like the one we just did. This is my x. I got a number here, number plus number, 2 times something, and then x. Okay? Same problem. We're going to solve it the same way. Okay? So, I'm going to do this 81, and this 64, and this 49, and this 56 times 2, 112. Looks like that. This is like the x. There was a 2 in front of it. There was a 6 and a 4, right? And then there was something over here I had, right? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add these, combine like terms. What's that? 113. What do I do with that 113 now? You subtract it over. I'm going to get some of you guys that are going to do this because you're not paying attention right now. is you're going to say, oh, that's just 1 times the cosine of B. That's not right. You can't put those two together because this is negative 112 times that. Okay? So remember, you're taking this number over. Okay? And then we're going to divide by that negative 112 to get the cosine of B by itself. What is 81 minus 113? Negative 32. Now I'm going to divide by the negative 112, because that means multiplication there, right? I just don't have the multiplication symbol, but that's what that means, right? So those cancel. So divided by negative 112, I get 0.2857. Okay, now when we did law of sines and it said sine of B equals something, what do we have to do at this point? Second sine, second answer, right? Well, now it's cosine of B, so we're going to go second cosine, second answer to find angle B. All right, that's the next step or the final step to find angle B. Second cosine, second answer, because this is the law of cosines you're using. You're used to using law of sines, and a lot of times you'll hit law of sine here, or second sine, okay? Not for this one. This is cosine, so you're hitting second cosine. 73.4. Okay. How many times we use law of cosines? Once. Now we go to law of what? Sines. Which one do we find? A or C? C. Why? It's the smaller one. Very good. You guys are so smart. So we're going to go sine of 73.4 over 9 equals the sine of angle C, because it's smaller, over 7. And we're going to find angle C by cross multiplying and dividing. Okay? So I'm going to move this back over so I can see what I'm supposed to type in. All right. I already have that 73.4, so I'm going to hit sine of the answer because that's my answer right now. So sine of the answer times the 7, cross multiplying, divided by the 9. Now I'm in law of sines. So what do I hit to find this angle? Second sine, second answer. Okay? Second sine, second answer. And this will be my angle measure for C. 48.2 for rounding to the 10th. So I'm going to add the 73.4 to this answer and then subtract from 180 to get angle A. Plus 73.4, 180 minus that answer, 58.4. So we just solved that triangle. We found the 3 missing sides. I'm sorry, they gave us the 3 sides, the 3 missing angles. Questions? So when it's side, 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 which angle do you, angle. Which angle do you find first? The biggest. Whenever you go from law of cosines to law of sines, which angle do you find? The smallest. Don't mix those up. If you don't find the smallest as you go from law of cosine to sine, sometimes things get goofy. So always go for the smallest, and then things work out. That's the law of cosine. Okay, the 2 situations. This one, side, side, side. Or this one, side, angle, side. Those are the 2 situations you'll use law of cosines. When you get 2 angles, like we did on Friday, you use law of sines. If you get 2 sides and an angle that's not between them, you use law of sines, and that's the time you're supposed to check for the second triangle, that ambiguous case. right? This is just the same type, just in word problem form. We can handle this, can we? Just draw a picture and then do whichever. We can, well, they gave us a picture, it looks like. So is this side angle side, right? Probably is going to ask us how far it is from the waterfall to the cave, right? Yeah. All right. And then we're going to figure that out, but I'm not going to give you anything like that on the quiz anyway. All right, so just doing the even ones on this worksheet. Law of cosines, it's got 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Just the evens.